I'm Ron from Grand Junction, Colorado, also known as Backcountry Beagles, and this is our 2000 Jeep Cherokee Edge. So we've got just your basic drivetrain in this thing. We've got a 4.0, not worth talking about. AW4 in this, the automatic, NP231, 272 to 1. For axles, we've got in 2003 Dana 60 up front. Out of the same truck, we've got a 2003 Sterling 10.5 in the rear. 538s in both those axles. We've got ox lockers front and rear. Front, we've got a lot of custom work done for the trusses. We've got a Barnes truss in the rear. Still leaf sprung in the rear, Barnes Jubal eliminators for the leaf springs, and then in the front, I should have said before, we have a Fox 2.5 14-inch coilovers, hydro bumps to go with them and whatnot, Adams drive shafts front and rear, and for the wheels and tires, we've got the 17-inch KMC Tank V-Lock, anthracite gray with the black ring, and then we've got some 40-inch Nino trail grabs. The type of wheeling I usually do with this rig, is kind of what we're doing this weekend, which is the Rubicon Trail. So lots of rock crawling. We like to, camp out of this thing for multiple days on end. So we got to have all the gear that we need. I like to get flexy with this thing. That's why I built it. So just like your basic rock crawling. I found that this Jeep does really well here on the granite on the Rubicon. We finished this Jeep not too long ago. We took it out to Moab, and we've done some things since then, but it was very heavy. It had a tough time on the obstacles, but this weekend, it's been a dream to drive it here on the Rubicon. This Jeep has a tough time on certain obstacles where the 40s might get bound up, and the 4.0 doesn't have enough power to turn the wheels through it. So I think the next step for this Jeep is gonna be a Atlas transfer case. Our worst off-road break for this Jeep off-road was probably on the Rubicon last time. We snapped the leaf spring in half. This Jeep did not look anywhere near what it looks like now, but we snapped the main leaf spring in half, so we had to get the duct tape out, we had to get the baling wire out, and it was interesting. We only broke like halfway into the trail, not even, right before Buck Island, and it was interesting getting it the rest of the way out of the trail. So my favorite modification, not just to this Jeep, but I've owned a few Cherokees, and just Cherokees in general, is the 2x6 rock sliders along the side, along with the boat side. These 2x6s on this Jeep, they're welded, basically cut out the rockers, they're welded right to the Jeep. And then the boat sides on this Jeep, which I haven't done in the past, these ones are actually bolted onto the slider and the metal that I put there. So in the past, I've done both sides where they're just welded onto there, but I think it's smart to be able to unbolt them, clean under there, whatever you gotta do. One thing I would do differently to this Cherokee, I think everyone who watches my channel knows, is I wish I would have went rear coilovers in the rear. But that's just something that we're gonna do down the road. It's expensive, costs a lot of time and money, and I probably wouldn't be here if I hadn't done the coilovers this year. So that'll be down the road for sure. The best value modification to this Jeep, not as a whole, but these 1-tons I got for basically dirt cheap. So once again, they're out of a 2003 F350, and I got the set for $200, and I sent them out to be sandblasted for $200. So at the beginning, I was only $400 into the axles. Now I did have to re-gear them, do everything else with new parts, but at the beginning, it was fairly cheap. So the next modification for the Jeep, I have it all planned out in my head. I think I'm gonna be doing Atlas, Hydro Assist, because it did do fairly good with Hydro Assist, without Hydro Assist on the trail this weekend, but I think that will be down the road. Doing a cage, and then of course the rear coilovers, but I think in that order, I'd be pretty set. Other people out here on the trail see this Jeep going by, it's a Cherokee. They got I guess people who aren't into Cherokees, they got a bad rap. Someone looking at it with the right eye, they can appreciate what it is. Then for all those other people, it's just a Cherokee. I don't think I ever see myself selling this rig. It does really good. I enjoy how it is, but we have a lot of good memories in this Jeep. We've owned it for, I think, 9 or so years now. She might get a little beat up. She might turn into a buggy 10 years down the road, but I think I'll always have it somewhere. Someone building or wanting to, or you are building a Cherokee like this, I would say, keep it cheap. I feel like I went a little bit overboard with the coilovers and whatnot on this Jeep. I could have kept the coils and, you know, this build would have been a lot cheaper. Same thing, I bought a lot of new parts. I could have spent some time on Marketplace, I feel like. But you can have something very similar to this for much cheaper, I would say. So my advice would be to just keep it as cheap as possible.